Ooh. Yo. Yo. 3-0, put him in the middle. 3-0, put him in the middle. 3-0, put him in the middle. 3-0, put him in the middle.
How I got into music. I guess I would say the origins of like where all my influences and how I got into music came from is because there was a really good, really healthy hardcore scene bubbling just under the surface in Jersey. And like my brother, he was into a whole lot of post-hardcore stuff, metal, death metal, like real heavy stuff. So I was always going to his shows. Like we had a pretty good age gap, like 7 years or whatever. So I was hanging around a lot of mature people.
Reggie really enjoys like art and music and things of that sort, and he kind of doesn't care about anything other than that. He work, save the money up, put it right back into his craft, and that's it. Play video games every now and then, but mostly music and art and everything, art and music related.
First time I ever listened to rock music, and I realized that I really wanted to get into music in general, not necessarily just that specific genre. Easy, School of Rock. I was listening to the soundtrack, I was watching it. Pretty much Jack Black as a figure, he was like that motivational person, that figure in my life that really pushed me to just go like without any aspect in my life. Like whether it's music, I could want to be a lawyer or just pursue really anything. Like when I first watched School of Rock, it really made me want to actually go ahead and do something with my life.
Yeah. Yo, welcome to Dayton, Convoy, being homeless is...
Dayton. Alright, Dayton Avenue. It was this street that I lived on, I guess you could say for like the first 5 years. I don't really remember all that much. All I know is that we lived in an illegal apartment. It was a basement. It wasn't that far away from Union High School. And it was pretty much a shithole. It was one of those places that you lived in when you were trying to transition into moving somewhere better in your life. So it was like kind of like my family going through a transitional period, and then I ended up being born, so it made that experience a lot more complicated for them.
Before he was born, we lived in Irvington. We left that place and we lived with my aunt and uncle for, I don't want to say a year, felt like a year. And then we moved to Dayton. That place didn't work out. They found out it was illegal. We couldn't stay there anymore. We were homeless.
So for the most part, it was like really like closed off. Everybody was in their own section. As soon as you walked in, there was 2 floors of actual apartments, and then there was a basement and a garage, and that's where we were. So it's like you walked all the way downstairs. It was kind of like this door to the side that nobody would have ever noticed. You walked inside, and it was just a hallway, and then that was our apartment.
There was just like no ventilation. It was dark all the time. It just was like terrible.
It wasn't exactly the worst experience. Like it's kind of one of those things where you can take some stuff along with you that like it can really like change you for the entire length of your life. I can just appreciate what Dayton represented. Like I never necessarily knew that we were struggling at that point. It was just kind of where I never paid attention to, oh yeah, there's no windows. Like there's our kitchen, like you take 2 steps and you're from a bedroom and now you're in the kitchen. Like I never really paid attention to that. It was just kind of like I was still allowed to live in my own world despite the fact that we were under some pretty horrible circumstances. But I don't know, I mean, I kind of like grew from that, and it's just a part of my story that just makes me who I am. And I feel like the sooner that you can take all those negative things that might be hidden in your past and use them as a crutch, you'll be fine. Do whatever you want. Do absolutely whatever you want. That's like at the very, very top of like my list. You could do absolutely everything that people could tell you to do, and then you could end up in the exact same rut that they were wishing that you weren't in whenever they were trying to guide you through those specific parts of your life. So it's just like, take control of your life and know all the time how you are. I feel like even when it comes to like little micro aggressive stuff like that, like you're already living like way in a way better condition than anybody else could. So above like all that, despite every single factor that comes with music, like all the negativity, all the criticism, it's just live the way that you want to live, because you can not live your life and try and do everything that people tell you, and you could still end up in a place that you don't want to be. So you might as well just do whatever you want.